Hey gang, how's it going? Krista over here at Jetty's Landscape Supplies. By now you should have received some little goodie bags like this. Inside you're going to have a bag of soil. You'll have some 4-inch peat pots. We're going to be using those to plant our seeds in. You'll have 4 individual different types of seeds. And you'll also have some plant markers, which will look like this. So you have 4 plant markers. 1, 2, 3. Of course, I don't have the right amount, but that's okay as long as you guys do. And then, as an extra little treat, we also have our my little sprout house. So this here, you just follow the directions, cut it out. It comes with the bag and the paper towel. And the bean seeds it's talking about is you'll take a couple seeds from your package here and follow the directions and put them all inside here with the paper towel. So you'll be putting them in, wetting the paper towel. You'll do the cutout on here. These baggies even have tape on them, so you can use the tape to tape it to the hole in your little house. Put it where it's sunny, and from there you'll be able to watch your seeds grow. It's pretty cool. Wait until you try it. Plus, this is just a little description of a plant life cycle. When it starts right from the get-go, you take your seed pod, you take the seeds out, when it's germinated, what it looks with the roots, as it's growing. It's a whole entire life cycle of a seed. Pretty cool, right? All right. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you a quick little video of how to plant some of your seeds. So you're going to take your peat pot. Now you can either use, if you want to use a spoon, if you don't want to get your hands super dirty, or you can take your pots and just put it right in the bag and scoop out the soil. For me, I think that's the easiest thing. And you're going to scoop it out so that your pot looks like this. All right, so you can go ahead, you can fill up all your pots. Look at me. I'm just getting wild and crazy shooting my pots around. Gardening is so much fun, you guys. Wait until you get these seeds growing. You'll notice it may take, you'll have to be a little bit patient. I know that's going to be the hardest part, but it takes between 10 to 14 days before you start seeing something come up out of the soil. So during that time, you're going to have to make sure you keep it watered. Don't let it dry out. Because if you let it dry out, then you're letting those little seeds die. So you got to make sure that you keep them watered, okay? So that's the very most important step. So what you're going to do is you're going to open your seed pots. I usually just split mine open just a little bit, just enough so that I can fold up the package again, because you're going to have extra seeds depending on how many you plant. So I'll start with the beans. This is what the bean seeds look like. They're really big. Now what I'll do is I'm just going to put them, you can put 2 in a pot. Okay? You don't want to go too many more, because otherwise you're going to run out of room. But you can start with 2. You could, do 3 if you really wanted to, but you'll have to definitely find a bigger container later to transfer them into. All right? So here's our seeds on top. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and push them down. There we go. So nice and easy. And then just give it a quick little, so all your holes are all covered, and then it's ready to go. So that's your beans. So then what you do is you're going to take your marker tag, and you can write on it with pen or marker or anything you want. So you'll write beans on there, and then you're going to put it in there, and then that way there you'll remember what you planted there. It won't be a big surprise. And after it's planted, you're going to take your water and just give it a touch of water. Now depending on where you're growing these, you may want to put them on a plate or get a tin foil tray or something that you can put them on, because you will get water that drains out of the bottom of those pots, because they do have holes in the bottom. So those are drainage holes, so you don't overwater your plants. You can also, if you don't have an aluminum tray, there's the water starting to drip out now because it's gone through the soil. If you don't have an aluminum tray or anything like that, or you don't want to put it on a plate, you can take a piece of tin foil and wrap the tin foil onto the bottom. Just enough that it's going to protect whatever you're putting these on so it doesn't wreck your surfaces. Alright, so that would be the beans. Now it would be the same kind of concept as what you're doing with like the radishes and the peas. I'll show you one more here, more of the peas. The peas again are a little bit bigger, or smaller, sorry, not bigger. So these are the size of the peas, okay? And again, you can put 2 to 3 in a pot. So you're gonna just put it on the top layer like that again. And then here comes the fun thing. Poke them into the dirt. Just poke them in. All right. And that's easy. That's how easy planting is, you guys. Like, it's so much fun. So that's the peas. And then again, don't forget to write P on your marker stick, and then put it in so you don't forget, and then give it some water. If you see chunks of the soil like this, say it's a big ball, just squish it up a little bit. It'll be really nice and easy to do. The soil is super soft. Then I'll show you the radish. Now the radish again, the seeds are even smaller. I don't know if you can see those, like they're a little bit smaller. Okay, so the radish you can put probably about 6 to 8 seeds in that little pot. I went with 6. What'll happen is if you keep it in this pot as it's growing, you'll end up with smaller radishes. So if you want bigger radishes, you're gonna have to get a bigger container to put it in later. But you can do, I mean, go with about 6 seeds to get them started, and then you'll see them start popping up. So I have them just sitting on top, and again, you just give them a quick little push into the soil. You don't have to go super deep. Maybe about 3 centimeters or ½ inch kind of thing. And then just spread the dirt over top of your holes that you made, and it's ready to go. And you grab your tag, write radish on it, and put it in there. And then now the lettuce, the seeds are even smaller. But what we're gonna do with the lettuce, because it comes up in a kind of like a bunch, you're not gonna use just 1 or 2 seeds. Force them out. Now, if you're worried about losing your seeds on the countertop, put a piece of paper towel on your surface, and then you can even pour your seeds out onto the paper towel and then grab from there, if that's easier. So here's the seeds for the lettuce, and you'll see how tiny those are, right? So all we're gonna do with the lettuce seeds is you take them and you give them a sprinkling, you just pinch them and then sprinkle it all over the top. Okay, just put these ones back here. So now they're all over the top, and I know you can't see that because of the color, they're blending in. All I'm gonna do is just give it a quick little poking around. So they're kind of under the surface. So no holes, just pour them on top of the surface and then just swish all the dirt around. So then they're like that. And then mark it with your tag. And then of course, don't forget to water your plants. All right, and that way there, they'll start the growing process. That's so exciting. All right, so those are all grown. Now as they start growing, depending on how you want to grow them, some will be okay in these pots for like a really long time. Others, you're going to want to maybe move into a different size pot. And you can use anything. If you have old flower pots around, you can put them in there. If you have like 5-gallon pails, like this thing here, you can get some soil and put them in the 5-gallon pail. You can put them in, I thought I had another pot here to show you, but there's green pots. You can get pots that look like this and plant them in those type of pots. Pretty much anything you can find that will hold soil, you can plant in. So you don't need a garden in your yard. You can garden right on outside on your deck, or you know what I mean, here and there around the house. Really, really nice and easy to do, you guys. So I hope you have fun with this project. Remember, you're gonna have to be patient. Wait that 10 to 14 days, and then you'll start seeing some little green things pop up. Super exciting. Do that greenhouse, little one, because then you'll be able to see what the roots look like when they start growing. And that's exactly what it's doing in that bag, is what it's doing in your dirt at the same time. You just can't see it. So guys, happy gardening. If you have any questions at all, don't be scared. Give us a call and we'll direct you in the right way anytime, any way we can. Okay? Take care.